me be honest.
Uh-oh.
If I go, I put on my shoes, and I walk out the front door, and I think, oh shit, I forgot my key.
Oh, yeah.
And they're on my desk. It's like 3 steps.
Yeah.
Don't tell my wife.
Yeah.
Don't tell my wife. I'm not taking my shoes off.
Speaking slowly so you can understand. Just a couple of teachers.
Wrong button.
Oops. Speaking slowly so you can understand.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Just doing a thing.
What happened to your little box?
Hold on. Sorry, what were you saying?
The last time I was here, you had the little box instead of the...
Rich.
I think you were sending it back or something, right?
That's right, Rich. I'm not allowed to talk about that.
Really? Okay.
Yes,
well,
I signed an NDA.
Ooh.
Yes, a non-disclosure agreement.
Yes.
So the device I had before was not mine. A company asked me to try their product. I had to return it.
Yeah.
It was not the finished product.
Right. But I feel like I remember you saying they were going to send you a finished product.
I can't talk about that.
All right.
I signed an
Not.
NDA.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just funny.
I'm very happy. It's a very nice company who makes equipment that I use.
Yes.
And I was very honored they asked me
Yeah.
to try their new product.
Wow, they wanted your opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Because they're making products specifically for podcasting.
Right.
And I know someone who knows someone. Yeah. Connections.
What?
Oh. It's nice to have connections.
It is nice to have connections. Goddamn.
Friends in high places.
Oh, this sounds like a TV series or something.
Yeah, that's what we say though, right? Connections.
Yeah.
Friends in high places.
Yes.
Do you have any friends in high places, Rich?
No, not really.
No connections?
Not so much, no.
Not really?
I mean, no.
Is there anywhere where you go and you get VIP treatment or
Yes.
like special?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like where?
My sister works at a very large Jewish community center.
A Jewish community center.
And it's a big facility with like a full-on gym and then like event rooms. And she gets me into the gym for free. So I just get a free pass.
How often do you take advantage of this special treatment?
Well, only one time for about 2 weeks.
Oh, for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You enjoyed all the facilities at this
Yes.
community center.
Yes.
For free.
For free. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you have to wear one of those little Jewish hats that
A yarmulke?
yeah, Jewish people wear that hat on the top of their head.
Yeah, the yarmulke.
Very small hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't protect you from the rain. in
Not so
Vancouver.
much. It's more symbolic.
Right.
I don't really get it, but yeah.
I think you have to wear those hats when you go in the Jewish temple.
In the synagogue.
Is it a beautiful community center?
It's a really nice building in a really nice part of town.
Do you get free food?
No. I also got to go to an event for free. One time I went to a wine tasting event free.
Cool.
And then a second time we went to a cooking event that was like every dish had some form of cocoa or chocolate in it.
Wow, a chocolate event.
And it was all free. Yeah, my sister has pulled the strings for me a few times.
You have a very powerful sister. Pulling strings.
I think she's just incredibly generous.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She's very kind.
Yeah. Like for her, it's like the minute I say I'm coming back to San Francisco, she's like lining things up, taking days off work.
Is your sister the oldest in your
Yes.
family?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
she has that sense of responsibility.
She does. Very much. I feel guilty sometimes because it's like,
So you'll have to repay her somehow one day.
Oh, I will.
What about in Japan, Rich? Are there any places where you feel like you get special VIP treatment?
Torigoya.
The yakitori
Yes.
place?
I mean, I don't necessarily get special treatment, but from...
Like, hey, it's Big Rich.
I mean, he does because he'll remember me. So anytime I walk in, he's like, "Oh, Ricardo."
Yeah, does he give you special chicken
I mean, sometimes. Yeah.
skewers?
Yeah. When
I prepared this chicken just for you.
I remember when my friend Mark was here, 2023, we walked in and I go like, "Do you have Hoya?" And he took that to mean I would like to order it. So like 5 minutes later, he's like, "Here's the Hoya." And I'm like, I didn't really say I ordered it. So we have this bond.
What is Hoya in English? It's a very strange seafood.
Yeah.
It looks like a human heart.
Yeah, something like that.
It's
I don't know.
popular here.
It's hugely popular here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Did you like it?
I hate it. I didn't eat it at
Oh,
all.
really?
Yeah. But my point is like we have this like rapport. So if I walk in, it doesn't feel like a restaurant to me.
You know why it's called Hoya?
No.
It's because people say it's so delicious that when you eat it, you take a bite and you go, oh yeah. Oh, yeah, that's good. Oh, yeah.
It's disgusting. It tastes like ocean water.
I don't hate it, but it's not something that I would order.
Yeah.
It's popular in this area of Japan.
Is it?
I think it's
Okay. Maybe it's just fished here more.
maybe it's easy to get here.
Yeah. There's so many myths about this country with seafood and fish that I don't get.
Myths, you mean things that people say or have said for a long time,
Yes.
but maybe they're not true?
Well, I'm not going to go as far as to saying it's not true. It's just like mysteries to me. Like so many students will be like, the fish in Sendai is so delicious and fresh. And I'm like, virtually every city's on the ocean. How could it be better here?
Well, it depends if there is a port, right? Sendai has a major port.
Yeah,
And it's a major kind of fishing,
it is.
you're right? So
I've been told that outside Miyagi Prefecture is 2 currents meeting. And
you
then,
mean outside, you mean the ocean?
yeah, the ocean. That's what I meant.
The ocean
And there's 2 major currents that kind of come together. So
currents. So like water
The
going
water
one
current.
way and water going another way,
Yeah.
and they come together
Yes.
around Miyagi.
And I've been told by people that like that way you get fish from like kind of 2 different regions.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what I've been told.
So there's a great variety of seafood.
That's what I gather.
Okay. But maybe I just don't know the difference.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're really, really into fish and rice and you've eaten it your whole life,
Yeah.
maybe you can tell the difference where I can't.
Right. No, I will 100% concede that because I don't know what I'm talking about.
You said concede that.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like I'll say I don't know or
You
say
admit?
could be wrong. I admit I could be wrong. Yeah.
You'll accept that argument.
Yes.
Yes, concede. Concede!
If I ask students, what do you like about Sendai? They'll be like, the fish. It's so delicious. It's so fresh. And I'm like, okay.
But isn't it also that you've always lived in Sendai, so you don't really know
Yeah.
how the fish is?
Yeah, no, that
areas?
again, I don't know. I will concede the point that I could be wrong or mistaken, but it's just like the phenomenon of them always commenting on the fish and its freshness always goes like, well, a huge amount of people live on the water. Like, how could that be?
How could it be more fresh over here than it is over there?
Yeah.
I see what
I mean, it could be. I don't know.
One thing I'll concede.
Ooh, today's word.
One thing I'll admit, one thing I'll say is people say that also about Sapporo and Hokkaido.
Yeah.
They say Hokkaido has the best seafood.
Yes.
And I did notice a difference.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, when I went for sushi in Hokkaido.
Okay.
You know, sushi is where you really feel like it's fresh and it's or not, right?
Yeah.
I felt like everything was fresh, which doesn't mean much, but like to me, it doesn't mean much.
Right.
Like maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I think, hey, this is really fresh.
Yeah.
Maybe it's been frozen for 2 weeks.
Right.
Who knows? But the sushi, like the pieces on top of the rice,
Right.
they call it neta,
Okay.
were really big and juicy.
Ooh, nice.
And very reasonably priced.
I want to pick your brain. It doesn't make sense when you said it's been frozen. Wouldn't all fish be frozen? Like they don't like make a catch and come back within 20 minutes. They're out there for days. So all fish must have been frozen on the boat.
I'm not sure.
No? I mean, I'm asking more than saying. I don't understand the situation.
I'm not sure. I think some fish, they catch them and they put them in water.
Ah, so they're still alive.
They keep them alive.
Really? I mean, that makes sense.
Some fish.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a fisherman.
Yeah. Yeah. I always wonder about like what is the quality of fish.
Yeah, I know what you mean because like these tuna, they're huge.
Yeah, and they're hundreds of miles
They
out.
catch them out in the ocean.
Yeah.
And then you get them and it'll say like in the Japanese means like it's actually fresh, like it's never been frozen.
Really? Okay. I didn't know that.
And I'm thinking, really?
Yeah, because unless you caught it and came back immediately, it's at least a couple hours to get back, not to mention processing, cutting, driving it to Seiyu or wherever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, it's got to be at least a couple days.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I mean, it's just interesting. I would love to know more information. I'm going to say I'm absolutely know nothing about this.
One time, almost 15 or 20 years ago, when my dad visited Japan for the first time, many, many years ago, he really wanted to visit the Tsukiji fish market in Tokyo. Now it's changed,
Yes.
but back then the biggest fish market in Japan was there in Tokyo.
It's no longer the biggest fish market in Japan?
They've moved it. So I think it is, but it's not in Tsukiji anymore.
Yes.
Anyway, I felt really uncomfortable because it's really busy. Everyone is like buying fish, selling fish, cutting fish.
Right.
And then there's my dad like, hey, let's get a picture. Hey, stand over there. And, look at these big tuna. Oh, I want to get a picture of the really big tuna. And at one point, he was like, stand over there. Let me take a picture. And I went and stood. And then this guy pushed me like really hard.
Really?
And he was wearing those big, thick rubber gloves.
Right.
And he was just like, get the fuck out of my way. Like, I'm
Workplace.
working here.
Yeah.
And I felt so embarrassed.
Yeah.
There's my dad with his camera, like, let's get. It's just like, Dad, I don't know. Like, people are working here.
Yeah.
Let's go and eat the fish in the restaurant.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tourism is a problem.
Oh, these days, apparently there's tons and tons of tourists coming to Japan.
Yeah.
I don't see very many here in Sendai.
I do.
Though. You do?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe you're out in the town more
Yeah.
than I am.
I see a lot of tour guides with the flags.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, not like a lot, but
Are there lots of Asian tourists?
yes.
Oh, that's what you mean? Is there?
Yeah.
I don't see many European
No,
tourists.
it's mostly Asians. But also just think about the airport. There's flights from Taiwan, from China.
Yeah, Sendai has flights to Thailand,
I think so.
Taiwan,
Yeah.
and China,
And
Korea.
So it's mostly.
Yeah, it's a small international airport.
I also have people that I know who work at hotels, and they'll tell me about who is staying there.
You have connections
I have
in hotels.
2 people. One I call wife.
Oh, right. Your wife.
The other I call student, but they're both like quite frank with me about the clientele.
Oh, so they tell you about who is visiting
Yes.
Sendai.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on. We've got a question. Speaking of international.
Question, don't be shy, 'cause Abe and Rich are real nice guys.
Here it comes, Rich. Get ready. Don't hold back.
If you've got a question, don't hold back, 'cause Rich and Abe will answer that.
Felt like I got more manly.
My don't hold back.
Yeah, like it just gave me testosterone or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You felt it
I
was.
felt it.
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe that's the coffee.
Oh, yeah. We've got some questions from an international listener who I met in person.
You did, yeah.
Yeah. And I think I don't know if I talked about it here in the podcast,
I
but
don't think you did.
I met Dimonche.
Yeah, I've seen a picture of him.
Yeah. He came to my event in November. It was actually an event from my other podcast,
Ah, that's right. Yeah.
but by chance, he was traveling to Japan, and he came to the event and had a few drinks.
Was that in Sendai? It was in
It
Sendai.
was in Tokyo.
It was in Tokyo.
Yeah. He wanted to meet you and Ben,
Right.
but he said it's too hard to come all the way up to Sendai just to
Yeah.
hang out and have a beer with us.
Right.
Anyway, it was nice to meet him. He was surprisingly normal.
Okay. Okay. Good to know.
Well, he's sent us some pretty wild,
Yes, he
crazy questions and messages.
He has. Tip of the hat to you, brother. We love you.
Yeah, Demonchik.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he sent these questions a long time ago. I missed them.
Oh, apologies.
Sorry about that. Anyway, he talked to a bunch of the listeners at the event, but actually, I heard later that there were some listeners who didn't want to talk to him.
What?
Yeah, because he's said some pretty
Uh-oh.
crazy, weird things.
Uh-oh.
And I guess some listeners didn't know that he's joking. Like he asked us. He's such a wild man. He told us that he wants to get a new wife, like have 2 wives. Like he wanted to like bring a new girl into his marriage and have 2 wives.
Yeah.
And we answered him seriously, but we kind of knew he was just joking.
Right.
Well, we didn't know for sure,
Right.
but we thought he's probably joking.
Right.
And of course he was. And turns out he actually has a lovely family.
Right.
His daughter and wife came with him to Japan.
Right.
So he's not as crazy as we all thought he was. Anyway, first he asks some questions about North Americans.
Okay.
He says, hold on. He says, oh, hi there. I've got a question. Oh, I'm going to do my best Russian voice here. Hold on. Why do Americans wear boots in their house? Are Canadians the same? So he's asking, why do
We wear shoes.
some Americans wear shoes inside? Is it true, Rich?
So one of the first times I went back to San Francisco after living here for a few years, I embraced and got used to the idea of taking off my shoes. So I told my mom, like, I'm just going to take off my shoes when I come in the house. And she was like, what? Like, absolutely, like, confused.
Really?
And I'm like, well, don't worry. Like, I'll just take them off. And she's like, literally, she goes, where are you going to put them? I'm like,
So you grew up wearing shoes
in my house.
inside?
Yeah.
You did?
100%.
Really?
Even my parents still wear shoes inside. Yeah.
What- Okay, this is great.
Like,
I
she
didn't
couldn't
know that.
fathom taking them off.
She couldn't fathom. She couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, just the weird question of where do you put them? I'm like, Mom, just next to the front
Wow.
door.
So Demonchik, I thought we were gonna say,
No.
hey Demonchik, we don't wear shoes inside.
No, my parents do. All my family did. Like,
Really?
all the times we went to any of my relatives' houses.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. So, when do you put your shoes on? Like, like you wake up in the morning.
Good
Do
question.
you put them on before you brush your teeth? Like,
No, you wouldn't be wearing them until you've gone out. But then once you come back, you're not taking them off.
really?
Yeah.
So you wake up, you get dressed.
Obviously, you're in your socks or slippers.
Where are your shoes?
I guess near your bed, right? Because you took them off when you went
So
to
you
bed.
wear your shoes until you go to sleep.
Yeah.
But in the morning, you pick them up and you put them by the door.
No, they're just still there. So you're
And then
probably
you're like, "Where are my shoes?"
next to your bed, right?
Where are my shoes?
Yeah. I would have to say, yeah, my shoes would have been like near my bed or
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's still my parents. Like, my sister's different. She's always taken off her shoes when she like moved out.
So it depends on the house.
So my sister's place, you take off your shoes.
You take off your shoes. I grew up always. You take off your shoes. There's a little area by the door. All the shoes are there.
No.
It's usually an area made with tiles, like the floor
Right.
is tiles, so
Right.
you can clean it easily.
Right.
And we don't
No.
walk on the carpet wearing shoes. That was like a big thing.
A big no-no.
If you're wearing your shoes inside, okay, but don't do it.
Right.
Like,
on
it's
the
not
carpet.
super strict,
Right.
but it's like definitely don't step on the carpet wearing shoes.
My parents'
Get
house
smacked.
had wall-to-wall carpet up until like maybe the mid-90s.
So you're wearing your shoes on the carpet
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And my aunt and uncle allow shoes, or they say, "Oh, don't take off your shoes." Only on the first floor of their house.
Huh. Okay.
So if you go upstairs,
You're taking off your
you
shoes.
take off your shoes, and all the bedrooms, etc., are
right.
upstairs,
Right.
and the downstairs is mostly hardwood floors.
Oh.
Yeah.
My parents are very much never, ever going to take off their shoes.
Really?
I mean, like, they respect me when they've come here. They respect my sister when they go to her house. But, like, in their own house.
My house, my roof.
Yeah, 100%.
No shoes or shoes on.
So, like, and my dad's quite active. He'll, like, always be going out, you know, like, to the backyard, the front yard. So if it's, like, a rainy day, there'll be, like, a bath towel on the inside entrance. So he, like, goes boom, boom, boom to, like, dry his shoes and then goes in.
And that's it?
Yeah. Yeah.
All
No,
clean.
It's all clean.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not joking. Yeah.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. My parents, I don't know. I can't. Okay. I can only remember my Asian friends, and I'm just saying this because it's culturally relevant. Like, my Asian friends who I met in university took off their shoes in their houses, and I thought it was odd when I first met them. Whereas if I trace back all my friends from high school, middle school, elementary school, nobody took off their shoes.
Really?
Yeah.
So like the white Americans or like
Yeah.
black and white and
Yeah.
who've
Well,
not,
I'm going to go so far as to say what I mean is, like, most of my friends who I met in university were not actually from America.
right. So they're immigrants.
Yeah. So like, my American friends didn't take off their shoes. My friends who like came up in a foreign country did.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he also asked Demonchik, he asked, is Canada the same? And here's what I think the difference is, Rich. You're from California.
Yes.
Where it's generally, most of the state, most of California is very dry.
Right.
You don't get a lot of rain.
No.
It doesn't snow.
You're right.
So I think it depends on the weather.
I'm going to 100%, sorry to interrupt you, and say I agree.
Yeah? You concede?
I totally agree. Like I would be interested to talk to someone from like Seattle, where it's like more rainy. I wonder if they have more of
I think Demonchik, he's from Russia, where also gets a lot of snow.
Right.
I don't know if they get a lot of rain also. But anyway,
Yeah.
if you're from a country like Canada or Russia, where you have coats and boots and gloves and, all for outside, I think it's our culture that we take off our shoes because
it's just
there's
part
like
of
an
the
area of the house where it's like, come in, take off your shoes and your coat, and then
Yeah, sorry, I didn't grow up doing that. My parents don't care. I do now, and I think it's a superior thing.
One last question, Rich. You also lived in Eastern Europe.
Yes.
In Slovakia.
Yes.
What was the custom there?
We took off our shoes because my British roommate wanted us to. So
you had a roommate who wanted everyone to take off his shoes, and you guys all said, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which, I mean, I don't care either way, but like if I think about it in any depth, it makes more sense to take off your shoes.
Of course.
It's just cleaner,
Yeah.
I mean, it's gross if you think about like I was walking here and then I'm going to walk around your house with those shoes. It's disgusting.
Let me just come clean.
Uh-oh.
Let me be honest.
Uh-oh.
If I put on my shoes and I walk out the front door and I think, oh shit, I forgot my key.
Oh,
And they're on my desk. It's like 3 steps.
Yeah.
Don't tell my wife.
Yeah.
Don't tell my wife. I'm not taking my shoes off.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Okay. I'll like tiptoe.
Yeah. In my old apartments, I would do the same thing. Haven't done that yet with my new apartment, but it's kind of structurally impossible because my entrance is a stairs, and then I'd have to go up the stairs, and she would see that. I could. So I've never done it in my new place. But my previous places, I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
I mean,
but the way Japanese people are, and my wife is, it's like, I don't care if it's half a step.
Yeah. Wearing shoes inside makes absolutely no sense.
Right.
And it also makes no sense because it's loud. Like if you're living in an apartment complex and you have shoes on, it's louder than you not having shoes on.
Clunk,
yeah.
clunk.
So it also just makes no sense. Also, if you have nice hardwood floors, you're going to damage the floors more.
Scuff it.
Yeah, scuff it. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, where you get that rubber marks.
Yeah, and you're like, why would I want to do that to my nice hardwood floors?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, Demonchik. There's your answer. Surprisingly, Rich grew up wearing shoes inside.
I did.
But you don't necessarily agree with that.
I think it's a mistake to wear shoes inside, yes.
Yeah. Unless you just forgot your...
And then it's okay.
Tell my wife.
Tiptoeing is okay. There's no dirt on the tips.
Anyways, guys, please come to 55freebird.com. Please tell a friend about our podcast. Comment on Spotify, leave a review on Apple, and have a great week.